a pre-MVP for this match?
I can't say because that would be kind of free votes. Febby. Vote for Febby.
Just give him the car. Just give him the car, guys. Well, we're about to get underway. Game 2, our final match of the day, is ready to get started. Nomad, Lacoste, have fun, guys.
Thank you very much. I'm sure we will. Yeah, LGD versus Gambit in this matchup. Look at these boys looking spry, ready to roll. Gambit definitely looking a little bit happier. LGD, though, they're here for business, and that's kind of how these drafts are feeling as well. Gambit, they've got their work cut out for them in this series. LGD, meanwhile, they've got this TA, they've got this Sven, and they've got some very tasty-looking lanes.
Oh, yeah, the combo is really on point from LGD. That's a really long Seb right there. Also, LGD's lineup is more of a mid-game oriented Sven, Templar Assassin, even though they can scale, but like if this game somehow drags post 60-minute mark, they're definitely gonna lose it.
Yeah, do you see it getting there?
Not really,
no?
Considering the way LGD is playing. And with TA, you always have this opportunity to kill the Roche early on, then get the second Roche if necessary, and then just snowball after the first Roche.
Yeah, it's always a huge factor in these matchups, especially with the Templar Assassin. She is a good hero at taking these objectives. Alrighty. Well, looking at the runes right now, doesn't look like anybody's going to be trying to contest here as the Juggernaut comes forward, testing the defenses, but not really any chance of him actually going for something in. But the Darkseid coming in, they're actually going to have to run away from this rune here, so they're not even going to be able to pick this one up. They come back around the side. Oh, Pangalil's ready for the pickup and will be able to grab Immersion now. Swashbuckling across as well. Should be able to grab 2 bounty runes. That's through bounty runes for Gambit. Want to take anything you've said back so far, Lacoste?
Yeah, Immersion already doing a really good job so far. Harassing, picking up 2 bounties. Xnoa in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, does need to be careful here as he does get frozen up, but he's got a team behind him, and don't forget that Pangalil is still hanging around somewhere. Ready to jump in at any given moment. What is he doing? Is he going to pull the creeps? Is he going to ward? No, he's going to TP. All right, that wasn't an option, but he took it anyway. Meanwhile, Cold Feet out onto the Doom, walking himself away here. Afterlife gets rid of that pesky dispel and then comes back into lane. And will grab himself a range creep, but he is taking a couple of hits here. By a couple, I mean a ton of hits. He's dropping really low, and they've got the Cold Feet onto him as well. One more right click from the Sven will come through, and he dies for grabbing the range creep. Doom falls. Meanwhile, Immersion coming to grab the creeps around. He's going to come and drag them probably behind the tower, so Doom doesn't even have to TP. No, never mind. Doom TP is all the same.
Yeah, really valuable range creep plus the Devoured. Now, Chalice and the FY will start the creep skip. FNG needs to be careful. This is also a position 5 Shadow Shaman, something we don't see usually, and for a reason, because the hero really scales with the items. Most of the time in a team fight, he doesn't even have enough mana to cast his spells. Or he's just the one that goes down.
Yeah, he's a Twiglet. That's okay. What the heck? Juggernaut perfectly happy to farm under a tower. Lafo taking some hits from TA. She's going to try and go for the...
Oh, he cancelled the flash.
No.
This is really big.
This puts Afo in such a difficult position. It's a lot of gold down the drain and a lot of lane dominance now for the Ember Spirit, for the Templar Assassin. Ember, he's going to have another flask delivered out to him. That's going to take an age. He might even die if he's not careful. Side blades. Somnus, he's thinking about it. Will back himself off. Meanwhile, they're just playing around with a creep wave here. Chalice also getting himself a salve. FNG not quite close enough. They actually throw down the stun onto FNG, and there's the Iron Shell coming out onto FY as well. FNG being chased up onto the high ground right now. The Iron Shell is connecting, and he's just going to try and run him down, but FNG should get to the safety of the tower eventually. But it's a very slow waddle for that little shaman. Oh, dear.
That should not happen.
Oh dear. So that's what happens. You cancel that salve, and then before he can get the other one off, he is dropped by the Templar Assassin. This lane, we knew it was going to be bad, but this is looking dumpster tier.
Maybe solo killed him. That's a really nice usage of side blades right there. And the top lane is going well. Juggernaut will be free farming because they're creep skipping. Also bottom lane is going well for them. You can see Sven already killing the neutrals and the creep wave at the same time. Okpa, Immersion actually gets it on the bottom lane, but he might pay with his life.
Yeah, Emergent in a bit of trouble down here. Does he have the swashbuckle? He certainly does not. Cold Feet comes off, and that is going to result in a dead Pangolier.
2 deaths on the bottom lane because of 2 creeps.
Yeah.
Easy clap.
1 CS equals 1 death. Yeah, that's the farm right there. Well, Chalice, again, just stacking up these creeps with the jungle camps. Maybe in the middle lane as well, trying to throw down a bit
Maybe
more harassment
level
to
5, while Alpha Ninja only level 3. Oh my god, he's dealing so much damage with those
He's
side
just
blades.
landing every
He's
side
dead.
blade. He's coming in. He managed to get the side fist, keep himself alive down, popping the south as well. He
He's
knows he's
dead.
going to go on this one. Can get off the damage, and TA will fall. The rotation in, vitally needed from Gambit, but it does come out successfully. Is that who you meant was dead? You meant the TA was
Yeah,
dead?
I saw the rotation from Shadow Shaman.
Whew, baited me at least. Getting a little bit too greedy, seeing the possibility for a kill, and kind of closing herself off to the possibility of rotation. So that's fairly critical. I mean,
If
Ember
you-
won't come back from this, but...
If you don't call them by hero names, you can't sound stupid. That's what I learned.
Yeah, it's good that everybody's a male in Dota as well, because you can always say he's and then keep it nice and ambiguous.
What do you mean?
Nothing. Nothing. No, not that. Oh god, that's good. That's getting clipped, isn't it?
Let's just pretend it didn't happen. So back to the top lane.
But when you say that, it makes me sound even more guilty.
Juggernaut, just free farming, has that phase boots, wants to contest the bounties. Still not level 6.
Dire are scanning.
Yeah, we'll be able to do that at least as Darkseer kind of steps in, but the spend would be troubling some here. Ame on the run, but the shackles come out, the damage is there, and 3 heroes just surrounding him right now from every which direction. There is someone right-clicking him, and Ame does take a fall. Gambit finding some decent rotations, but is it enough to really turn this laning phase around? Maybe it might start to be. But Afo, I mean, look at this. This isn't a lane. This is just somebody waiting for creeps to possibly come to him. Manages to grab one there with a sleight of fist. And
He has 14 denies, 15 right now, while Ember Spirit has 16 CS.
Jesus.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Feels very sad. Meanwhile, the Doom in the bottom lane. Cold Feet is out onto him. Ame and X-Nova just getting to work with the right clicks, but Emergent going to come in, get the disarm onto the spin, and allow Afterlife to just run himself away on that Doom, so he should be all right. Meanwhile, Afo decides that he's going to brave some CS here in the middle lane. There's no more traps on his side of the river. There are 2 perfectly placed on TA's side, though, so if he goes past that mark, he could find himself in some trouble. Meanwhile, another day, another cold left feet, but this time it is X-Nova who's going to be dropped here. Pangolo did not give up the chase. Meanwhile, Chalice, well, he's getting some jungle creeps, getting some lane creeps. But could be in some trouble as they've got the shackle, the Omni Slash as well. All these creeps are dead, and none is going to be Chalice. A clean kill coming out for Gambit, and that Omni Slash going to work.
And this is what I wanted to see from Gambit.
Yeah.
Pangolier involved in 4 out of 4 kills. That's Emergent right there. And once he gets that Javelin, it's going to be so much easier for them. Rooted
Running
on a
into the
mid lane.
middle lane. But a beautiful stun comes in from FY, keeping the bow still. Emergent dropping low. He's going to drop. Alpha luckily has this haste rune, so won't be in much trouble himself. But they are going to lose that Pangolier, which was doing so much work for them.
Doom just hit level 6. Pangolier should rotate there. Sven is not the easy target to grab because he's really tanky, especially if he can get either Warcry off just for the extra move speed to run away, or a God Strength. They're gonna need to rotate one more hero to Doom's lane.
FNG coming up the hill there, gets cold feeded up, but not much X-Nova can do to actually kill FNG, but, you know, he's a support. They can't really hold him still for anybody else to get over there.
Radiant structures
TA with the
are
power treads in
fortified.
the middle lane now. She's getting it all. Everything a girl could ever want, and more. Artho just doing his best. You know, he hasn't died for a while at least, but that's not really much of an upside. But still stands a okay chance of coming back into this game. I mean, he can farm up some creeps with the Flame Guard, the teleport to lanes. I don't know, what kind of build are you expecting to see from Alpha right here? The standard Maelstrom into Yules? Does he need to use this game? I think he might.
We'll see how the game develops. Probably just gonna go for some standard phase boots build and then maybe get drums. He needs to come back. He needs some cheap early items so he can fight with.
Yeah, possibly drums. Dahak, meanwhile, dodging out the stun quite nicely, having some Hellbear Smasher problems. Meanwhile, down the bottom lane, X-Nova having some staying alive problems. He's being chased by Immersion, and the Purge actually comes out. There's that Chain Lightning from Afterlife, and that puts an end to X-Nova. Ame coming back in. He was like, oh, I was just farming some creeps. What's going on this? Oh, my support's dead. Whoops. Always look after your support. Very important. Feed them, water them. Don't let them die to Gambit. Up in the top lane. Chalice still just running around with his Hellbear Smasher, cutting up the creep waves. I mean, is it really worth going for the Helm of the Dominator against the Doom still? I feel like Devour kind of makes it a little bit worse.
Yeah, it's hard.
Now
especially when you play against, let's say, a Life Stealer who has Infest and has always that Hand of Midas build. Feels rather useless when you have Darkseer with that kind of ability. It's just free gold for Life Stealer.
Yeah, I guess against the Doom it's not quite as bad, but...
Look at this. 2 position 5s on a mid lane, just looking at each other, trying to get some CS while
this
their
is
cores
how
are
gentleman
jungling.
lane, isn't it? Well, Afo now going to come in, and then someone says, get off my 5! Afo even thinking about that, coming forward with the Searing Chains as well. Hoping to secure the range creep, actually, but doesn't manage to.
Bounty runes coming out in 5 seconds.
Yep, they're making their way down here. Looks like Immersion will be the only one to get there in time. Radiant forced up. Now, they're not going to get anything down at the bottom side of the map, so it's actually going to be 3 bounty runes going the way of Gambit. Nope, never mind. Task grab another one. It's 2 for 2. LGD get both of them in the top. Thrilling stuff as the top lane as the Juggernaut illusion just gets to work on the tower. Meanwhile, FY throws down the Impale. Just keeping himself at distance.
Man, look at FY on this Nyx Assassin. Last hit 0-1 and 0-0-1 KDA.
Yeah, and well,
we're gonna add 1 death to that.
Yeah. Pretty briefly, yeah. He shackles with the spin, with the damage coming out, and that is FY taking a death.
Kind of reminds me of his performance on Techies yesterday.
Oh dear. That's a bigger flame than people who didn't see yesterday's game realized.
It was rough.
It was really rough. Like,
I think he killed someone with mines at the 25-minute mark.
32 minutes.
32.
Actually.
Okay,
that was
I was
his
just being generous.
Mine solo kill. Yeah. They're still holding on to this middle tower rather impressively. 11 minutes in, and it hasn't tumbled yet. In comes an Ice Blast. It's going to be slightly off the mark, but they're going to go for this all the same. God Strength coming out, and that is going to be more than enough damage to chop through Afterlife here in the top lane. Now Ame can look towards his tier 1 tower as well. Net worth chart starting to take a really ugly position for Gambit right now, as the LGD heroes take the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd slot. But then they got a 4th hero joining up that 2nd clump, so...
They're not stopping.
They're really not, are they? They've got a Centaur, they've got a spend, they had the God Strength, that's now run out, but they've got the Mask of Madness, they get a decent amount of damage, but now the Swashbuckle comes in and everybody gets disarmed, and the push is diffused. Meanwhile, they make the trade at the bottom lane, Dahak taking that tower on the Juggernaut, FNG just holding back for the time being. He's smoked up, looking to get some wards down, you know, just doing his thing. Oh, Hex comes out. Actually, they might grab themselves a kill. Then comes a Shackle, but X-Nova and Ame coming through the backlines. Immersion is the first one to fall. The Doom comes down onto the Ducks here, trying to get himself out. Gambit need to find this kill, and they certainly will. Meanwhile, Afo joining in the fight as well. They want to grab X-Nova. They're going for the easier kill, which I think is the right choice, because they will be able to tear this guy apart. The flames of the Ember Spirit melt through the Ancient Apparition's Ice Armor and put him into a cute little puddle on the ground.
Every single time the Doom is up, they should start playing aggressively. Also, it's minute 13. We still didn't see Pango using his ulti. He just popped the Tome of Knowledge. I guess Courier was being used a lot.
Yeah, it's pretty late Tome, but that's okay. We'll forgive them. So, Gambit looking to even the score a little bit here, to be honest. They've been playing quite actively. This is the Gambit we wanted to see. Not the farming Gambit. You don't want to play a farming game against LGD.
They're losing the vision game right now. FNG needs to smoke and put down some wards. He has 4 observers right now.
Oh no, another. That's the exact same thing. They're just running in with a gold strength spam. The AA blast this time actually hits, and the Iron Shell should run through the Doom. X-Nova grabbing himself a kill. He'll take that. High fives coming out. Shovels as well. There you go. Didn't dig anything up, but will high five his teammate, thankfully.
Dire's top tower.
Coming in though, going in for this kill. The TA would be such an awesome pick off here. She's actually got this Desolator, so they're going to do a ton of damage if they give the chance to turn around, but they certainly won't as the Pangolier comes rolling through. He's got the Swashbuckle as well, and it'll be a clean kill onto Somnus. Maybe is put down. But their top lane tower should be sacrificed here because the Sven is still hanging out, but they're being extremely cautious. They're going to leave Chalice here to try and finish the job, but know that the kill threat is pretty high from Gambit, and he just straight up eats his Centaur. That's savage.
That's a really big kill they got there on Templar Assassin, and now they have Shadow Shaman wards. If they can turn that into tier 1 tower on mid, that would be really amazing for them.
Yep, and they're certainly just going to drop that one straight away. TA back in 15 seconds, a long death timer for this Templar Assassin. It's going to be a while before we see her back in the game. Meanwhile, Nick Assassin with the double damage, going to wrap around the back here. FY looking to make some plays. Sun comes out onto the jug, immediately spun, although I kind of looked like it.
Nothing wrong there. Like he was stunned and then popped the
Yeah.
Blade Fury. Am I blind?
I heard the collision. All right. Meanwhile, Immersion going to be taking a fair few hits here. The Ice Blast and the Vendetta kit coming in at the same time, but even with the double damage rune, not enough to finish the guy off. But that's a combo we talked about before, but they've actually turned this mid lane siege into a mid lane kill for LGD. They forced Gambit back to their side of the map and managed to bring down that tier 1 tower. And Ame, he's eating towers like I eat hamburgers. Which is kind of ironic, but there you go. Doom hanging out. He could throw the Doom onto Ame if he was, but it's not going to get anything done, especially with his Warcry on him. And that's going to be 2 bounty runes. 2 to LGD, 2 to Gambit. X-Nova going to grab himself a rune and now get jumped on though with the shackles and the damage. This is more than enough. X-Nova, he got the D-ward. Is that worth the cost?
Yeah, it is, for sure. Like, he just showed that 3 people are on bottom, so there's going to be a lot of pressure put on the top by Sven and Nick Assassin.
Yeah, Ame just basically living in the top half of this map. The safest part to play. You get vision on this shrine, and all of a sudden it's like, where can they actually TP to? They can run down the lane. We've taken the tier 2, so they can either run down the lane or they can TP shrine. Or they can wrap around behind us through the river, which is going to take you for ages, and we'll probably realize that you're missing by that stage. Meanwhile, the mid lane tower gets denied by the TA, and the trap comes in, but immediate jump out from that and the Spirit. But they've got an extra +1 here. Gambit are trying to find the kill. The Ice Blast comes through, lands onto FNG, but they've gotten down FY. Immersion will be happy with that one now, running into all of these LGD heroes. He suddenly realizes that he doesn't want to be around here. But there will be no kind of stun coming out onto Immersion, especially not a BKB penetrating one, so pretty safe.
It feels like Nick's Assassin has been really underperforming this tournament, at least the game that we witnessed.
We were flaming Immersion all wrong. It's the hero which is a problem. At least now we know. Shackles come out. FNG holding him still, but there's 2 engagements going on, and once the Zafranon starts onto X-Nova, but in comes a Gold Strength with the vacuum with the wall. That's a bit too much damage. FNG gets himself away, and the Doom is out onto the Darkseer as well. Darkseer trying to navigate through the tree line. They've actually got the Cold Feet onto Afterlife here, but does just about manage to run this off. Oh, Alpha's coming in. They actually get the deny off onto Chalice. Excuse me, but X-Nova will be dying all the same.
Trap.
Stun now out onto the Ember. Ember needs to get himself out of here some way. He is actually going to be able to run himself back, but Ame turning around. They want to go for this one. They've got the Impale and FY, but no, Ame will be put out of his misery. They're chasing forward. FY onto the high ground, the Urn, the spin. It is enough. Gambit actually take a fight, and they bring down pretty much everybody on the side of LGD. Lacoste, I'm impressed.
Ame a bit overextending there. At least he could have run away, had the Warcry ready. It would be more than enough, but instead he decided to take a fight, so he gave away extra. I don't even see how much is that, 500 gold? Seems like it.
Yeah, it's yeah, stupid chat getting in the way of things. But let's just assume it was 500 because you're never wrong, Lacoste.
Ember Spirit managed to recover partially, buying all these small cheap items, magic wand, drums, and now getting closer to that Maelstrom, it's kind of a standard build, will still need a defensive item, and the Doom is doing a good job. He understands that every single time Darkseer is in the fight, he needs to Doom him. He also has 4,000 gold on him.
Roshan had 3 armor. I think he dropped down to about -5 armor there. This is going on, and there is no response from Gambit, though. I feel like if they knew about this, they would definitely be trying to fight it up. They've got the Pangolier Rolling Thunder, but there is no response. And I think Gambit are now just realizing, but it's all too late. Roshan has fallen. The TA's potential is absolutely huge. Take down that big boy quickly, and now it's going to be an Aegis. Desolator, Blink, Aegis. This gank will not be same as the last one if LGD find a target to jump upon.
FY forgot that he's not invis. Try to stun him with Carapace, not very successful.
Can't blame the guy for trying. The hack, meanwhile, going to go for the spin. TP out, doesn't want to wait for the welcoming party to arrive in the bottom lane because they would murder him. They'll just straight up murder him. Frost armor set on Alpha. Look at these 3 heroes prepping up the Ember to come out to this middle lane to farm this middle creep wave. You could do it, buddy. Well, it's going to take a stun to the face, and oh, wow, he denied the creep. I mean, that was just rude. That was just straight up rude.
That's next level BM.
God damn. Have some compassion. Alrighty, well, we did have a gold advantage for Gambit, actually, for the briefest eye blink of time, but it comes soaring right back up again into LGD's favor. They are back on top with that Roshan, and now with the Aegis as well. The bonus there, kind of significant.
There's a lot of net worth on this Doom. He's as farmed as Sven at this point.
Stun out. Oh, God. Oh, no, FNG. He gets his potatoes mashed under that tower. Yeah, it's kind of that. Oh, Omni Slash out onto the Sven. He's dropping really low here. He's actually just going to die. Arme takes a big fall in the middle lane. And now they're all TPing bottom. They want to take this fight. They know the Sven is gone, but they can't close the gap in time. TA will be able to get the blink away. Ember's still chasing, but Somnus is well and truly out of this one. FY might try and hold them off for a little bit longer just to make sure the TA gets out okay.
Someone should TP top and try to pick up 4 bounties.
Yeah, they certainly are. They certainly are. Doom, he's going to be the money man. Always is. Dude, the other one. Dude. Oh my god, he's backing away. He's backing away. The unclaimed bounty rune. Well, odds certainly not favoring Gambit right now still.
Besides Nyx Assassin, they don't actually have lockdown for Ember Spirit. If Nyx Assassin is dead, they need to commit the Sven stun, but he's not going to go for it unless he knows that there's no remnants, or if he has a blink dagger and then initiates.
This is rather tense here, TA. She's got the Aegis, so they don't really want to jump on her, but they'll just let her blink away. Look at all these look at all these sentries up as well. They have this area covered. Yeah, that's some commitment. BKB now completed on the Templar Assassin though. Gonna help her out a lot. Getting stronger by the second. Like Nova gonna clean up this creep wave and some illusions. Boom, 2 CS.
They should use this Aegis on TA. It's still up and running for exactly 2 minutes.
Yeah, with the BKB, I'm sure they're going to look for some action soon, just looking to get their lanes pushed down, find themselves an opening, smoke up, and giggity go. I say that, but they're literally just running down mid lane. Oh yeah, there we go. The 21 minute 30 bounty rune. Cool. Thanks, Doom. Doom will be seen by FY here. FY might have been close enough to the tower, but I mean, Afterlife doesn't care about him.
They don't have Sven. Sven is showing on the top lane. Has a TP ready, but they don't have a tier 1 tower. Gambit should use this info and try to fight.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to, but Immersion's actually just getting jumped upon straight away. The cold feet might come out onto him, and his team are just backing away. They're not even going to help him. Pangolier is just going to be taken down for free. They know the Sven is not here, and actually, Artho's trying to fight up with the Sven, and he's got a double damage, but Sven, he's got a double damage as well, and it's called God Strength. Artho's still on the run. Trying to hold him still with the Searing Chains. He'll probably come back, but he needs to defend his base right now because TA, she's just dealing with it. She's got the Desolator. Meanwhile, Arme's still searching for Artho, but Artho will get for the TP out. Into the mid. Meanwhile, the vacuum, the stun, the damage onto FNG. That's an easy kill on the support for him. Meanwhile, the hack going up onto the high ground, getting that spin off. The wall comes down. Doesn't really affect the hack there, though. And actually, the TA is, she's stunned up a little bit. Even if she didn't go down there, she's got the Aegis. Doesn't really care. Aegis, BKB. Life is free. And down goes the middle tower. And blink away immediately. LGD have gotten what they came for. Gambit looking to try and punish now, but there's this ward down. They'll take it down immediately. Hard life with the Quelling Blade. Man, LGD is getting away with this one completely unpunished. They go for the high ground push without their Sven. Ember tries to go for the kill into the Sven, doesn't manage to do it. Nobody tries to defend mid, and the tier 3 towers just dropped, and a couple of kills on the supports make sure of that. Artho is seen in this middle lane right now, and they don't have the vision to know that this next assassin is hunting him. That's an incredibly slow Remnant coming out, but at least he's got some kind of bungee cord to jump back
All
on.
their
Now
ultis
the
are
Aegis
up.
comes
Really
out,
nice
going in
timing.
immediately with the Doom, not giving her a single chance to realize that this Aegis is gone. But look how fast she's getting surged up by the Darks here. How many times are we going to see this? Afterlife still chasing, but we run in the backline to fight. FNG is already dead. AA gets out the ultimate just before he goes down, and that'll help them secure the kill onto Artho. The Omni Sash doing absolutely nothing. Is that still coming chase, trying to bring down the Sven, that his arm comes out. They will get the kill into Sven. TA now jumping back in. The Doom is over and the kill comes through. Gets one, trying to get the second. Juggernaut dropping low. The Melt Strike comes in and the damage is in from Somnus. He gets himself a double kill. No Doom, no problems. Jumping straight back into that fight and cleaning up Gambit again and again. TA untouched.
How many times did I say, when you're playing against the Darkseer, you need to doom him. That's your primarily target. It was a reaction call where there was no Aegis anymore. Hype it up, Nomad.
Of course, they've got them held, but actually just breaks out of the shackles. Still not dead. TA is just unkillable. Finally, the Serpent Wards will bring her down, but my God, Gambit, they just committed so much to killing that Templar assassin. It still cost them so much, but at least they bring him down. And, well, Artho, he's
Traps.
fired up right now, but Trap's actually going to kill into Immersion. What? They get the die back onto Immersion from beyond the grave. Even though she's dead, she's still wrecking their shit. And now they come in and get the kill onto Artho as well. Oh, Gambit. Oh, Gambit. I can't help but feel bad for them in this game.
They have no good follow-up.
Yeah.
Even if they pop Doom on TA, who's going to control her? Because this is position 5 Shadow Shaman. He does not have Ether Lens. He needs to be careful about his positioning. And Ember Spirit, if he's not the one using Slight into chains, they're not getting her. Instant surge by a Darkseer. He tried to follow her up. 10-second BKB used, and they still didn't get the kill.
Yeah, 15 seconds till TA is up. I don't think they'll be going immediately. Roche somewhat close to spawning, so they can definitely look to get that first. But once that Roche hand comes up, Gambit are going to have to try and take that fight, and that is a prospect they're certainly not looking forward to. Juggernaut, he's got items. He does. We've kind of ignored the hack this game. We're criminals, but well, that's because he hasn't really done a whole lot. His Omni Sash in the last fight, unfortunately, ended up bouncing into creeps and just getting cancelled off on one of the kills.
I mean, the Hawk played really well this game.
Agreed.
He has Manta Style, has Mjolnir, is only 2,000 below.
And he's
Templar
also been-
Assassin, and he only died once, and that was in the previous fight.
And he's been getting involved with some kills as well, trying to help out his team where possible, which, you know, with a hero like Juggernaut, is really important that you do. His Omni Slash will be really powerful. I mean, he's killed the Sven a couple of times with it. With that Mjolnir, it's just going to rip through fools, but unfortunately, finding a target alone, it's a lot of criteria to fill, and one that he's struggled to do this game. A little bit of tension around this middle lane as both teams trying to poke with this creep wave right now. If anybody oversteps, they're going to be in some serious trouble. Dire do have the vision, but FY is going to come in and, well, sees the sentry ward and kind of lets himself get Sentinel stomped off right now, and the rest of the team do not seem to be willing. Oh, knocking him down the cliff. That's not where you want him to be, but luckily they've got the Shackles to keep him still. The Ice Blast comes through, but there is no follow-up from the side of LGD. They're going to let this next assassin fall, and this is going to delay their game even longer. Roshan seems to be on a pretty short timer. Okay, never mind. 2 minutes
2 minutes
10.
and 15 seconds.
Yeah, that's not short, but yeah, okay. All right, this still looks pretty good for LGD then. An 8k gold advantage, but this TA, she's just queen of the hill right now.
But Gambit is doing a really good job this game, just shutting down Sven, kiting in at team fights or just focusing him down with the Juggernaut ulti.
Yeah, and it's always awkward, you know. I really don't like it when players go for this Sanjin Yasha and then go into the BKB, because I feel like an important part of Sanjin Yasha right now is that status resistance. So when you go for the BKB afterwards, it kind of just feels like, you know, putting chocolate on a brownie.
Yeah, but you need to have magical resistance against the disarm, something to dispel, so he can go in, try to grab a kill on Shadow Shaman in the back lines.
Yeah, I know, I completely agree, but
We've seen a lot of different Sven builds throughout
I just
these
feel
2
like
days. Like
the Sanjin Yasha into Satanic always feels kind of, whilst it's super costly, it feels a bit nicer than the BKB sometimes. Just because it's never going to go down, it's always going to be those status resistance. But no, I think the disarm is too much of a problem.
But if you have status resistance, disarm also lasts less on the hero.
True, and it's not like the Pango is going to be able to get in and right-click the guy. FYC. Ooh. Okay. Afterlife blinks in, Centaur stops the creeps, and now they finally get FY caught out here. He's inside the snakes. The Ice Blast comes through onto the Doom, though. And look at the vacuum, look at the wall! They just disappear! Doom and Shadow Shaman taken out immediately. Immersion just trying to find FY, but FY running him in circles. Now they're going to chase him down. Immersion tries to get up to the high ground. He's up on the cliff, going for the TP. Do they have the damage? Do they have the damage? Yes, they do. I mean, they have the stun anyways. He was stuck up there all the same. And now TP down to the Shrine. LGD take 3 heroes. Roshan will be spawning relatively soon, but they might not even care.
They have a trap inside the Roche pit, so they know when it's gonna spawn. They already took the tier 3 tower on a mid lane. Gonna probably rush there, and if Roche spawns, just gonna go back immediately into Roche pit. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, Ember Spirit split pushing a little bit.
Yeah, trying to do something here. They're not really interested in pushing in lanes right now. They're just waiting for the Roche to come up. Oh, never mind. No, I made everything completely wrong and start smacking away at this tier 2. When are they going to ping out this Roche? Meanwhile, Doom TPing in. Maybe looking for something. I mean, is there any way they Doom up the Sven or anything? Or do you think, like, if they Doom up anybody other than the Darkseer, it's just going to be terrible for them? Yeah.
Because they have no burst damage whatsoever unless Pango gets a real good Rolling Thunder, like in these clutch fights around the Roche.
Yeah.
He can doom someone else.
Yeah, I know. I get what you're saying, but at the same time, like, to let the TA or the Sven just rip through them like this, I don't know, it's bad whatever way you look at it, to be honest.
TA is just gonna solo Roche.
Yeah, this is kind of insane, actually. Okay, well, I mean, she just goes for it. Extra meld armor reduction. Aegis and Cheese goes to Somnus. Gambit, even if they did want to contest that one, just had zero idea what was actually happening because everyone was just showing in lane from the side of LGD to make sure that Gambit had absolutely no suspicions. And now they're up onto the high ground. Oh my god, it's just an assassination onto FNG.
Was that Shadow Shaman?
It's just a smoldering mess now. Shaman buys back into this one. But Immersion stunned up. Immersion, they need him for the fights right now, and he is going to get finished up. Doesn't have buyback on the Pangolier. Now Doom onto the backlines, onto the Sven. But guess what? He's going to get surged up. Being protected by the Centaur a little bit there. Afo, he's dropping low, trying to fight up, but the Ice Blast on the right click from X-Nerve actually gets a kill. And now the vacuum into the snakes. Oh no, it's into their own bloody snakes. They're trying to run themselves away on Gambit, but they're running away from a lost fight. And they're going to suffer pretty heavily. Their barracks being taken down here. Oh, the humility. And now they come in with the double stun, and that will signal the end of the game. Good game, well played is called. LGD will take it in style. 2-0 over Gambit, and now Gambit in a really bad position right now. They might not even be making it through to the playoffs at this rate.
Pretty one-sided game. LGD just completely stomped them. Gambit showed some resistance in game number 1, first 15-20 minutes, but this was just an outclass, I would say.
Yeah, it's hard to disagree. In the draft, in the game, just about, you know, every matchup just seemed to be LGD just squeezing a little bit more out of the sponge than